What if the Indominus Rex never escaped? Well, the Jurassic movies would not happen, or at least the Jurassic World movies, which means that there'd be no dinosaur trafficking, which also means that there'd be no chaos theory and also no Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, because, well, the entire point of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is to show the aftermath of the Indominus Rex's escape. So its impact is like a big one. So today we're going to try to figure out what exactly would happen to everything. Now, it's easy. We could just say like nothing would happen and everyone would be happy. But if we take a deeper look, we can find a lot of explanations to some problems in Jurassic World. So yeah, let's find out what would happen if the Indominus Rex never escaped in Jurassic World. Now, because there would be no Indominus Rex escape, well, Jurassic World wouldn't happen, and that also means that the park would still be open, and when the volcano erupts in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, instead of the other mercenaries that are going to get the dinosaurs out of the island, it would be InGen doing it this time. Which also means that there will be no dinosaur black market, which also means that Biosyn and Dominion's entire plot wouldn't happen. Biosyn would still have dinosaurs, but it will only be the feathered ones or the ones that they created themselves, and which includes the feathered ones. But yeah, that means that they would be conquered by InGen, and Biosyn wouldn't actually exist, which means Dominion wouldn't happen, and the Giganotosaurus would have never met Rexy. I kinda lied about Rebirth, because Rebirth could still happen, because the whole point of Rebirth is to show that people aren't that interested in dinosaurs. Well, that the people have, like Zero or whatever their name is, so they go on the island and then they find the T-Rex and other mutants there, which by the way are not hybrids. But what I'm trying to say is that Rebirth is not gonna get impacted by the Indominus Rex's escape, because when it escaped, the Indominus Rex it let other dinosaurs loose, and even if it didn't, well, people would still be not that interested in dinosaurs anymore, as we saw in Jurassic World. So that's why they had to make the Indominus Rex, so the public wouldn't get bored. So if the Indominus Rex hadn't escaped, the 3 Jurassic World movies wouldn't happen, but Rebirth would still happen. Now, I do think that there's going to be more hybrid after the Indominus Rex, because in Jurassic World, Vic Oskin tells Owen and the other people in the group that there's going to be an Indominus Rex that's going to be smaller and better, and that we all know as the Indoraptor. So that confirms that there were meant to be even more hybrids after Jurassic World. But imagine these hybrids in Jurassic World, like the Indoraptor in a cage in Jurassic World that people can see. Imagine multiple Indominus Rex. That would be crazy. But there's still the question, what happens to E750? You know, the Scorpius Rex. Well, it's probably gonna stay there forever in its cage or cryo stage, because the only reason it got out was because of the Indominus Rex's escape. But if it never happened, then how is it gonna get out? It was just Kenji being dumb, playing with a button. But since they're gonna leave the island because, well, the Indominus Rex never escaped and they were never abandoned, the Scorpius Rex will still stay there forever. There also could be more hybrids, because when the Indominus Rex escaped, it cut off all other possibilities that people wanted to see more hybrids in parks. But if it never did, then the Stegoceratops, the Indoraptor, the Scorpius Rex, they could all be adapted in the park. Okay, maybe not the Scorpius Rex, because it's unstable, but the Stegoceratops could actually be in the park, because as we can see in the photo in Dr. Wu's lab, well, there's a photo of the Stegoceratops, so it could definitely be a possibility. So yeah, if the Indominus Rex had an escape, there'd probably be more hybrids like the Stegoceratops that would be put in display in the park because they would have a better reputation. Unlike the Scorpius Rex E750, who would live there to rot for eternity. Now, for Rexy, I unfortunately think that if the Indominus Rex had an escape, well, it would just be known as the T-Rex that dominated Jurassic Park and not Jurassic World, because the final fight with the Indominus Rex wouldn't happen, and because this fight wouldn't happen, the fight with the Giganotosaurus wouldn't happen. So Rexy would still stay an OG, a legend, but not the legend who's known for literally defeating every dinosaur that comes through her way. But yeah, unfortunately, Rexy would not have the biggest role in the Jurassic World movies, and in fact, she would probably have the smallest role, because as we saw in Jurassic World, she's basically nowhere throughout the whole movie except at the end. And at the end, it's her like big moment to fight the Indominus Rex, and that's what started Rexy's journey in the Jurassic World movies. But if that never happened because the Indominus Rex never escaped, well, she would just stay a background dinosaur, unfortunately. That would be really sad for Rexy. As you can see, if the Indominus Rex had an escape, well, a lot of things would have went good. And bad. Such as, well, more hybrids would have been created and Rexy would have a small role, if not no role at all. So, all the informations that we gathered, they're still positive. Like the fact that, while there would be no casualties, and there would be no dinosaur trafficking, but at the same time, there would be no other Jurassic World movies. And even if there were more, what would be the plot? To create more hybrids? So yeah, that's sad. So there's more negatives, but also more positives. Not more positives, but positives. So yeah, tell me what you think of this what if and this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.